Welcome back to Range Anxiety TV, and today we're going to talk about that never-ending shit show that is VAG. The company that were on top of the world ever since Dieselgate, where they got caught doing some really bad things to vehicle software, they have seemed to be on a bit of a spiral. I haven't even had friends with Mark 8 Golfs that have actually got their money back from the dealer because they couldn't fix the stereo. Go figure. Now, to fix all of these woes, Volkswagen have come out with something called MIB4. It's not Men in Black 4, the movie, but it might as well be. In fact, no, it's not that good. It's their new software system that takes them from being at the Nintendo Game Boy level to essentially an Atari level of control. Larger screens, faster UI, better. You know, it is better and it's getting there, but they're doing some really basic shit wrong still. Like, for example, you probably can't see it in that picture, but text wraps off the screen. You know, like, how can you do that? Things hang. Like, it's full of bugs. And it's like the old Carriad VW software department is just like, got involved somehow and just made everything worse. I mean, it is better, but it's not a patch on anything else that's out there in, you know, automotive software-defined vehicle land today. Not from Tesla, obviously, and not from anything that I've seen Chinese either, which is about 50 times better. Their biggest problem is that over-the-air updates are basically not available for these cars. Like, you know, your Tesla or even your China BYD will, you know, Tesla will have one every month or two. BYD will have one every 6 months or something, but they add features, fix bugs. And, you know, it happens in your driveway or your garage when you're asleep. The problem with the OTAs, other than for maps and navigation style things, they really don't exist in the Volkswagen Audi group. You've got to go back to the dealer, and even then code patches are only applied when the customer complains, which just makes it all of very much a self-defeating prophecy. And the problem with this is, and the lack of OTA updates, is that the fleet becomes fragmented. It's like you've got 1,000 cars here running this software version, 1,000 running that software version, goodbye F-Truck. And it's like having 100 PCs, some are on Windows 9, some are on Windows 11, some are on Windows 10. You don't actually know. It makes it confusing for service techs, dealers. It's sloppy software practice. And just to prove my point, you go into a dealership, look at a year-old Golf and say, is that on the current software version? And they'll just look at you blankly. You know, so even at dealer level, they have no idea what's going on. Unless they physically plug into your car and do it. Like I said, bad software practice leads to confusion and poor outcomes. The reality is, though, that most Volkswagens, including the electric ID4 and 7 and so on, they're all just abandoned or orphaned on the delivery software. Very rarely do they ever get an update, unless you go back and complain, which means that part of the joy of owning this sort of car is the fact that it can update and it can do new things and it can add to its existing functionality, which in this case just isn't happening. Which of course brings me to Audi, who are even worse off, more fragmented. They've released a newish system in the new RS5/6 that is already outdated before it even started, and they're going to be in real trouble. However, Audi are sort of edging to move, you heard this first though, towards being taken over by the Chinese. You watch what happens. VW are going to need to raise money soon because they're going backwards really, really fast. So watch what happens there. Overall, it's a mess. Good software strategy can fix it. People are going, I don't care, I want the car. Well, cars are software now, right? And if you can't do that, you can't build a car. And VW are showing us exactly how not to. So thank you once more for listening to Range Anxiety.